We had that thing that everybody wants. Good time in a hot devil beef is strong.
I have to admit to worrying about OnRush after playing the pre-release beta, as it did nothing to convince me that this is a game I wanted. Thankfully the full game changed my perception for the better and made me realise what a fun and addictive game OnRush is. Sure, there's no finish line, but once it hooks its claws into you, you won't want to finish anyway. Coming from a team behind the likes of Motorstorm and Drive Club, it's hard not to see the influences here, although in many ways it's also completely different. OnRush is full of carnage. Take the standard overdrive mode for instance. Here there's no race to the finish line as in most traditional driving games. Instead your goal is to trick and jump, smash into opponents and watch as your boost bar fills up as a result. You then burn the boost, gaining massive speeds and an advantage when it comes to taking out any opponent in your path, in turn earning points for your team. Boost enough and you enter rush mode, allowing you to cut through anyone in your path. What I love is that being first is often a disadvantage, as having no one to smash into means no boost, so it's better that you hang back and stay with the pack, as this is the best way to ensure your team gains the points which are needed to win the match. As you work your way through the game, you unlock different vehicle types, each of which add a new dimension to the gameplay, which almost resembles how teams would play together in an online shooter, with a support class in Dynamo allowing you to drop pickups such as boosts for teammates, and the heavy class Titan, which cuts through opponents while shielding your enemies. There's motorbikes too, and while these are often cut down off the road, they make for a great way to show off, pulling off all manner of tricks. To mix things up further, as you win matches and unlock stars, other modes will start to become available. I love the manic action of Countdown, where you have to drive through gates to keep your team's clock from running down, while Switch gives you a more powerful vehicle each time you crash. Lockdown meanwhile has you try to take control of a moving zone, which is quite challenging as you're trying to hang back rather than use the natural instinct of going as fast as you can. All of the modes are interesting in their own way, although I have to admit that Overdrive and Countdown are my favourites so far. One of my criticisms of the beta is that it looked a little dull. However, OnRush is full of fantastically designed maps, which are both colourful and interesting. Since you need to jump to boost, all manner of ramps and obstacles have been thrown into the mix too, making each track unique and fun to drive on. The weather helps change things up too, with the options to drive in snow or rain, at day or night. To be honest, I've been having so much fun that I've barely put the game down. It looks great and is just brilliant. It probably helps that performance is incredible, with smooth as butter gameplay, despite the fact that the screen is packed with highly detailed environments and 23 opponents, including the 12 fodder cars which you'll use as bait for boosts. You can play OnRush either as a single player or, if you prefer, online. The former means easy XP, and therefore access to loot boxes, which means new paint jobs, outfits and the like. I can't say I'm really a fan of this type of system, as I hate loot boxes, but given that it's only cosmetic items, it's hardly a big deal really. So what's wrong with the game then? Well, when it comes to gameplay, not a lot. If anything, the only major drawback is that it could possibly be criticised for lack of content. There are a handful of game modes and vehicles, which some may feel is not enough. However, given the support Drive Club got after launch, I'm sure OnRush will evolve, pun intended, from what it is now. Overall, it's important to note that if you played the OnRush beta and even liked a little of what you saw, then chances are you'll love this game. In my opinion, the beta was sadly lacking in what makes OnRush so great. It's frantic, fast-paced and colourful. I'm cursing my luck wasting my time reviewing the game, to be honest, because I would much rather be playing it.